Hello and welcome to this special language lesson for the Ampanang language of Indonesia. This is a language spoken by 40,000 people in central Kalimantan, mostly the Dayak tribes of this area. And today we're going to be listening to some recordings that we made for this exclusive research that we got from They Need the Bible, a nonprofit running out of Minnesota. Now this is not going to be everything that somebody would need to know to learn Ampanang. But what it is an excellent starting point. I believe in the learner-directed language learning method, which is one where you have to ask questions and negotiate meaning to get to know a language, kind of like a child does in a way. But this basic word list and these basic phrases will hopefully get you started in your journey with Ampanang as a language. Are you ready to get started? It's going to be a bit of a wild ride. But you can always pause and come back to a section if you want to learn more about it. First, let's start with the basics of conversation. Some greetings. Hello.
Salam, salam.
Salam. Salam. Okay, that's hello. Goodbye.
Selamat tinggal, selamat tinggal.
Salamat tinggal. Salamat tinggal. Sounds like they put those N and G a little bit together. All right, the next one is thank you.
Terima kasih, terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih. The R sound sounds a lot to me like a bit of a flap and not a full traditional English R, but more of a terima kasih. What about the word for please?
Tolong, tolong.
Tolong. Tolong. Tolong. Please. Yes.
Owa, owa.
Owa. Owa. Now that actually matches the, some of these words match the Indonesian. This is maybe the first departure from the Indonesian. Indonesian for yes is ya, but here in Ampanang it's owa. What about the word for no?
Manda, manda.
Manda. Manda. No. Manda. What is your name?
Nyema ngadanmu, nyema ngadanmu.
Nyema ngandanu. Try that again.
Ngadanmu, nyema ngadanmu.
Nyema ngadanu. Nyema ngadanu. What is your name? Nyema ngadanu. All right. My name is Andrew.
Ngadanku, ngadanku.
Ngadanku Andrew. Okay. Great. Ngadanku Andrew. I'm from Australia.
Jake entan Australia, jake entan Australia.
Jake entan Australia. Jake entan Australia. Very nice. How do I say what time is it?
Jam kuda, jam kuda.
Jam kuda. Jam kuda. What time is it? It's nice to meet you.
Tena tena setemu empa iko. Tena tena setemu empa iko.
Tena tena sentem impaiko. Tena tena setem impaiko. We're learning. I might have to repeat this lesson for myself, but I'm also a student of Ampanang. Here we go. Let's continue along. Excuse me.
Tabe, tabe.
Tabe. Excuse me. Tabe. Can you help me?
Kole iko mantu jake. Kalau kole iko mantu jake.
Kole iko mantu jake. Kole iko mantu jake. Can you help me? Interesting. I'm starting to see some patterns here. Let's continue along. Help.
Imantu, imantu.
Imantu. Imantu. Help. Danger.
Bahaya, bahaya.
Bahaya. It matches the Indonesian. Bahaya. All right. I'm sorry.
Aku tengah maaf na.
Aku tengah maaf na.
Aku tengah maaf na.
Notice they repeat that A sound, which is why the speaker also wrote it twice. The A there is repeated. Aku tengah maaf na. Aku tengah maaf na. I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Manda keretianku, manda keretianku.
Manda keretianku. Manda keretianku. I don't understand. Interesting. Let's do this one. What is this? One of my favorite phrases to know in a language.
Inonyo, inonyo.
Inonyo. Inonyo. What is this? Now, I think this is a good time to take a peek at the word what. So let's do a search quick. The word what is a little later on our list. And so I want to see, does this match? Yeah, inon, it comes up a lot. What? That is the word for what? Inon. Inon. I think we saw that as well in what is your name kind of as well. You see this, at least this what? Inon. Inon. Interesting. I'm kind of interested to know if we'll see that again. But anyway, what is this? Inonyo. Inonyo. What? This. Inon. What? Yo. This. What is this? Do you speak English? It's interesting. This word iko also appears a number of times. Notice it's here for it's nice to meet you. Can you help me? And now, do you speak English? I think that there's something there, almost like a question mark in the sentence in a way. I guess we'll find out soon. All right. Do you speak English?
Iko makai bahasa Inggris.
Iko makai bahasa Inggris.
Iko makai bahasa Inggris.
Iko makai bahasa Inggris. Iko makai bahasa Inggris. Very good. Do you speak English? It's a good one to know.
Bahasa, bahasa.
That's the word for language, bahasa. And it's the same in the word in Indonesian as well. Bahasa. Bahasa Ampanang. The Ampanang language. All right, let's keep going. Family.
Kula, kula.
Kula. Kula. Family. What about the word for son?
Domang lelaki, domang lelaki.
Domang lalaki. Domang lalaki. Son. What about the word for daughter?
Domang bebea, domang bebea.
Domang bebea. Domang bebea. Domang bebea. Nice. What about the word for father?
Tama, tama.
Tama. Tama. What about the word for mother?
Sina, sina.
Sina. Sina. Nice. I like it. All right, let's continue along. And now we are starting to learn a little bit more about family. So we've gotten through introductions. Typically, in my conversations, I like to talk to people about their families as well. So we're going to ask a few more questions about family. Let's move on to sister.
Pernimpa, pernimpa.
Pernimpa. Why does that sound kind of Italian? Sorry. That's totally an aside. Pernimpa. 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 Sister. Here's the word for brother.
Pernimpa lelaki. Pernimpa lelaki.
That little bit of a repeated R sound has got my attention. Pernimpa lalaki. You can hear there's a slight roll there, and I'm very interested to hear that a little bit more, see if that's more common. We see that it's at the very least not a full R, powerful R sound, but some kind of flap or some kind of roll on the R. All right, man.
Lelaki, lelaki, bebea, bebea.
So man is lalaki and woman is bebea. Interestingly, the same words that we've seen before already, woman, domang bebea, similar to daughter, domang bebea. Man or lalaki, similar to son, domang lalaki. Almost makes you wonder if this means some kind of diminutive, like a little man or little woman, perhaps. Or a family man or family woman. I don't know. We see some modifications done to the lalaki by the word preceding it. Similar to here, we see the word for brother is pernima lalaki. You see the word lalaki again there. So the word for man kind of appearing in a few different phrases relating to man-ness. All right, let's keep going. Can you tell me about your family?
Kole iko manda tentang kulau. Kole iko mana.
Kole iko mada.
Mada tentang kulau.
Tentang kulau. Kole iko mada tentang kulau. Okay, can you tell me more about your family? Now remember, the word for family is kula. So kulau. Kole iko mada tentang kulau. Can you tell me about your family? We're going to get to the word your here in a little bit, but just to preview it, the word your Here, what is your work? Ends with the question ends with nu. And here is what is your phone number? We see kuda normo telefon nu. So that word nu, it has to do with yours. We see the word yours is empo nu. So we get that idea from the nu that there is something to do with that. Let's go back to this section here and take a closer look. Now, the word for dog is asu. Let's take a listen.
Asu, asu.
Asu, asu. Hear this descending tone on that. Very interesting. Asu. Now, we don't know if tone means anything, but we're going to assume it does for now. Asu. I like to know about people's dogs. I should have put cat on this list. Of course I didn't. But we did get cow. Let's listen to that.
Sapi, sapi.
Sapi. Sapi. Cow. Sapi. What about the word for tree?
Puun, puun.
Puun. Puun. I like how they've accented the spelling. This was actually written by the speaker that we got to know. Puun. You can see the accent mark delineates between almost like that repeated A. Here we have a repeated U sound. Very interesting. Let's keep going. Got a lot to get through on this lesson. Hot.
Panas, panas.
Panas. Panas. Hot. Cold.
Lancit, lancit.
Langkit. Langkit. Cold. So you have panas, hot, langkit, cold. Peace.
Ba pia pia mana. Ba pia pia mana.
Ba pia pia mana. Ba pia pia mana. Now here you can see there are some similarities and some real differences between Ampanang and Indonesian. I find that to be really telling that this language needs some additional development work, but also a good starting point here. Now, this video is going to be a little bit longer. It's going to be at a long list of words. So what I would recommend if you're a student of this language, try to create some flashcards as you prepare. Vocabulary is really what enriches the language. So the more vocabulary you can remember, the better. But that vocabulary will really only stick through repetition and practice. So the more you can set yourself up for that, the better. And the faster you can identify a speaker of this language that you can practice with, the better and better you'll be. All right, let's continue along. This.
Aso, aso.
Aso. Aso means this. What about that? Kind of talking about far demonstrative.
Yun, yun.
Yun. Yun. So aso. Yun. I like this.
Aku jelo aso.
Aku jelo aso.
Aku jelo aso.
Aku jelo aso. Aku jelo aso. I'm just guessing, but aku jelo aso. This. I like this. I do not like this. We see the manda has been put in between. Let's try this.
Aku manda jelo aso. Aku manda jelo aso.
Aku manda jelo aso. Remember, manda means no. So just by putting that in between, we have the phrase, I do not like this. Aku manda jelo aso. Very interesting. Let's continue along. This is delicious.
Aso nyaman, aso nyaman.
Aso nyaman. Now here we see the descriptive word coming after the word this. This is delicious. Aso nyaman. Okay. Some languages you put the descriptor first, but here we put it after. In the beginning.
Awal di aso.
Awal di aso.
Awal di aso.
Awal di aso. Cool. What about the word for beautiful? Now we're going to start to talk about good things, bad things, the creation of the world, the existence, the cosmos and the universe. How did it get here? All of those kinds of questions we're going to now be exploring in this segment, starting at 14 minutes here. Here we go. Let's do the word for beautiful.
Puri, puri, pi.
Puri, puri. Again, hear that soft R. Puri, puri. Beautiful. Good is the word pia.
Pia, pia.
Pia, pia. Good. What about the word for great? Mengen.
Mengen, mengen.
Mengen, mengen. Listen to carefully how those two NG sounds once again kind of blur together into one phoneme. Ngen, Mengen. Now, this is the way they currently type it, but maybe some people who are into linguistics might recognize that sound from the IPA, or International Phonetic Alphabet. I guess time will tell what the local community decides for as they write these things, but current people who are texting their friends, they're writing NG, Mengen. That means great. What about bad?
Manda pia.
Manda pia. Now, interestingly, remember manda means no, means not. Pia means good. So if something is bad, quite literally in Ampanang, it's not good. I like it. Very nice and straightforward. Manda pia. Terrible.
Manda pia. Bujur a manda pia tu'u.
Oh, man, that's a lot of modifiers. You know something's really, really stinking bad if you say really, really stinking terrible bad. Okay, here they've got bujur amanda pia tu'u. Bujur amanda pia tu'u. That means something is stinking rotten bad.
Bujur amanda pia tu'u.
Bujur amanda pia tu'u. Sorry for my pronunciation. Pardon my French. But here we go. We're going to continue along. Spirit.
Pidara.
Pidara. Very nice. Bad spirit.
Semangat manda pia.
Semangat manda pia. Once again, we see manda modifying the word for, the semangat. Interesting. It's interesting. I can't make more comments on that yet, but manda, once again, negating the goodness here. Idols. Berhala. Very Arabic sound to that. Berhala. Good spirit.
Semangat
anopia. We see the word pia from good coming here at the end. But, it's almost like you have a spirit which is good, a spirit which is not good. You see that in the phonology here of the language, or the just kind of the grammar of the language. You have some modifiers that are quite often used, it seems. But hala, right there from the Indonesian, I would be shocked if that was not an Arabic influence just based on the pronunciation alone. But one departure from the Arabic that I'm a big advocate for is using the word Tuhan for God in these languages. And the reason being that the God of the Quran, as the Quran expresses that concept, is very different than the God of the Bible. And so how did you manage people who like to translate, when they're translating the Christian God, how do they land on the word Allah without making concessions to what the Quran describes as Allah as the Arabic word? So I much prefer the more national organic word for God in terms of that. And so I've really enjoyed seeing Tuhan quite often. I think that's an excellent translation for the word God.
Semangat anopia. Tuhan.
Tuhan. That's the word for God. Of. Entan. Entan. I would have maybe expected an U there in the dictionary or lexical form. Entan. I guess we'll see. Tuhan Abraham. Tuhan Abraham. Again, you can really hear the Arabic influence of this language. Tuhan Abraham. You can hear it in the way they pronounce Abraham. Interesting. Okay, creator of the world.
Pencipta dunia.
Now the NC sound, when followed by an I, I've seen that in some Indonesian that I've been learning as well. Mencintai. It seems like it takes a ch sound, even though we might expect a s sound. The local spelling of a ch sound is C. So that's quite good to note, I think. Jesus, the word for Jesus. Jesus. Teacher. Guru. Maybe some Hindi influence there. Guru.
Matanano.
Matanano, the sun. Matanano, not sun as in your family son, but sun. Matanano. Here's the moon.
Bulan.
Bulan, the moon. All right, what about the world or the earth? We already heard it once.
Dunia garis miring bumi.
Okay, we got dunia, garis bumi. Dunia, garis bumi. So dunia, really quite actually a borrowed word from the Arabic for world. And bumi, the earth. I would be interested to follow up to know more about what that means in terms of the distinction there. But this is the words they gave us. Heaven.
Dunia garis miring bumi. Surga, surga.
Surga, surga, the word for heaven. All right, we got to get back to that. Here we go. I see that I need to resize the window just a little bit. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The very first verse of the Bible. This is how that sounds in Ampanang.
Pada mulanya Tuhan menciptakan langit dan bumi.
That's a lot. Let's try it. Pada mulanya Tuhan menciptakan langit dan bumi. Let's listen one more time and try it again.
Pada mulanya Tuhan menciptakan langit dan bumi.
Pada mulanya Tuhan menciptakan langit dan bumi. Gonna need some more practice, but in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Death.
Kepatean, kepatean.
Kepatean. Kepatean. Okay. Eternal death.
Kepatean abadi, kepatean abadi.
Kepatean abadi. This word abadi is going to come up a few times as the word eternal. It's again a modifier to the type of death we're talking about is eternal death. So there it is. Abadi. Kepatean abadi. What about the word for life?
Pekebeluman, pekebeluman.
Pekebeluman. Pekebeluman. Eternal life?
Pekebeluman abadi.
Pekebelaman abadi. Pekebeluman abadi.
Pekebeluman abadi.
What about the word for rain?
Hujan, hujan.
Ujan. Ujan. Interesting. All right, let's move along. What about the word for water?
Danum, danum.
Danum. Danum. That's the word for water. Let's continue along and let's get to the word for ocean.
Laut, laut.
Laut. Laut. Very nice. The word for sand.
Kerangan, kerangan.
Karangan. Karangan. Interestingly, now to me, I think that's really interesting. I actually know of I've heard that word before, karangan. I wonder if that's maybe another, that's actually another language, I think, in Indonesia. I wonder if that language got its name from sand. Kind of interesting. Locally, anyway. Okay, island, pulau.
Pulau, pulau.
Pulau. That's the same as the Indonesian, once again, pulau.
Dulun, dulun.
Mountain, dulun. Dulun. Village.
Desa, desa.
Desa. That's the word for village. What village are you from?
Iko entan desama. Iko entan desama.
Iko Intan Desama. Iko Intan Desama. I like how clearly our speaker is enunciating. It makes it so easy to follow. Thank you so much. Town.
Kota, kota.
Kota. Kota. Town. I'm sorry.
Aku tengah maafna. Aku tengah maafna.
Aku tenga maafna. Aku tenga maafna. Very good. To work.
Bekerja, bekerja.
Bekerja. Bekerja. Bekerja. To work. What is your work?
Inon kerjanu.
Inon kerjanu.
Inon kerjanu.
Inon kerjanu. I like what I'm seeing here of the basic structure of this sentence, which is what, the word inon, kerja, the sort of the particle or the stem of that verb, kerja, work, nu, yours. Iko inon kerja nu. What is your work? Like it. To fish.
Untuk ikan,
Untuk ikan.
untuk ikan.
Untuk ikan. To fish. That's going to be a lot of people's work in this area. But yeah, I think that's interesting. Untuk ikan. Let's hear the word for fisherman.
Penekap ikan, penekap ikan.
Penekap ikan. Now, I think I have the word for fish a little later on, and that word is ikan. So you can kind of start to parse apart a little bit. Untuk ikan, to fish. Who knows? Maybe that means to get fish. I don't know, but I see the word ikan is there for both of these. So penekap, ikan, could even mean the one who gets the fish. I don't know, but it's I see the word fish. So whatever the penekap is, it's the delineated who is doing the fishing. So cool. All right, to farm.
Bekabun, bekabun.
Bekabun, to farm. Bekabun. Farmer.
Tukang kabun.
Tukang kabun. Tukang kabun. Okay? Nice.
Tukang kabun.
Tukang kabun, to farm. All right, to cook.
Mekensa, mekensa.
Mekensak, to cook. Mekensak. What about a chef or a professional cook? Not just a verb, but a chef.
Tukang pekensa, tukang pekensa.
Tukang pekensak. Interesting how that both of the farmer and the chef use the word tukang, almost like we're talking about a person, I think, who's doing this activity. All right, to make.
Ngadai, ngadai.
Ngadai, to make. Ngadai. To take.
Ilaga, ilaga.
Ilaga, to take. Ilaga.
Itenga,
To give.
itenga.
Itenga. Itenga. Notice the I at the beginning of many of these verbs. I find that interesting. Itenga. To throw.
Inaleng, inaleng.
Inaleng. Inaleng. Now let's take the imperative here. Throw that away.
Naleng aso, naleng aso.
Naleng aso. Naleng aso. That thing, aso, throw it. Naleng. Interesting. To wash.
Nyampu, nyampu.
Nyampuk, to wash. Nyampuk. Okay, cool. To go.
Ke'e,
Ke'e.
ke'e.
Ke'e, to go. To come.
Kate, kate.
Kate. Kate, to come. All right, come here.
Kate kema, kate kema.
Kate kema. Kate kema. Very nice. Kate kema. Naleng aso. Come here and throw that away. That sounds like something a mama would say. I was trying to get a picture of some, simple examples without getting too long. When you're making a dictionary, you might find that you have some pretty limited time to work. And that's why even the speaker herself, she's reading the word list pretty quickly. We have a limited amount of time that we can spend even creating these dictionaries, but I'm sure you'll go and get your own words too. All right, let's keep going. Next one.
Pano,
To walk. Pano.
pano.
Pano. All right, here's I'm walking.
Jack lagi pano, pano.
Jek lagi pano pano.
Jack lagi pano, pano.
Jek lagi pano pano. I know I'm not getting that G sound right. I'm going to need to get that a little bit better. Jek lagi pano pano. It sounds deep in the throat.
Lemariu,
The word to run. Lemariu.
lemariu.
Lemariu. The word to swim.
Demangoy, demangoy.
Demangoy. Demangoy. How about the word to buy?
Ebili, ebili.
Ebili. Ebili. To buy. All right, I bought some rice.
Jake meli beras, jake meli beras.
Jake meli beras. Jake meli beras. I like this repetition of jake. That means I'm in the present tense for both of these. I bet we're going to see that again. Here we go.
Jake perlu tuuna meli beras.
I need to buy some rice. Jake perlu tu'u na meli beras.
Jake perlu tuuna meli beras.
Jake perlu tu'u na meli beras. Listen for that R sound. Terlu. Perlu. It's rolled R. So here we're not just doing a flap. This definitely was a roll. To die.
Mate, mate.
Mate. Nobody wants that. But it's a sad consequence of sin in the world that we all die. Since the beginning, we were made to live forever. But because of what we did, that death entered the planet from that. To play.
Uyaan. Uyaan.
Uyaan. Uyaan. To play. I'm playing soccer.
Jake lagi uyaan bola.
Jake lagi uyaan bola. Bola. I like that word. That's a good word for soccer.
Jake lagi uyaan bola.
Jake lagi uyaan bola. To play. Uyaan. Jake. Again, me. Jake lagi uyaan bola. Gonna play some bola. Yesterday I played soccer.
Semalam Jake uyaan bola.
Semalam Jake uyaan bola. Notice that we put the word yesterday first. Semalam. Semalam Jake uyaan bola. All right, cool.
Semalam Jake uyaan bola.
Semalam Jake uyaan bola. Let's continue. To laugh.
Netawa.
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 Netawa. Okay. To love.
Jelo. Jelo. Aku jelo empat.
Okay, we actually use that word for love, the word love, and to love. All of it was jello. And if you remember back to like, I like this, that was also jello. So we have one word with various degrees of intensity. At least right now, it's the same word, jello, okay? Let's do the word I love you. Aku jello empat iko.
Iko. Aku jelo empat iko.
Aku jello empat iko. Aku jello empat iko. He loves you. Now we'll watch for the changing word, which is aku, right?
Idi jelo empat iko. Idi jelo empat iko.
Idi jello empat iko. Idi jello empat iko. So the word aku has changed to idi, so we know that there's the change of subject right there at the beginning of the sentence. To write.
Imacha. Imacha.
Imacha. Imacha. Now, once again, here with the C right before a vowel, it's making the cha sound, not just a sa or ka. It's a cha. So just in your mind as an English speaker, perhaps, remember, C means cha or cha, ch. Anyway, it typically has that ch. To write.
Enulis. Enulis.
Enulis. Enulis. To learn.
Long mempelajari.
Long mempelajari.
Long mempelajari.
Long mempelajari. To learn. I'm learning Indonesian.
Aku lagi belajar bahasa Indonesia.
Aku lagi belajar bahasa Indonesia.
Aku lagi belajar bahasa Indonesia.
Now, interesting how similar that is to, in some of the parts, to the Indonesian. But, yeah, the Bahasa Indonesia, that's the word for Indonesian in both Ampanang and Indonesian. Let's do the word to teach.
Pemada. Pemada.
Oh, looks like we skipped down a little bit. Maybe that was a mistake on the part of the recording. I didn't catch that until just now. But to teach, engajar. Engajar. And you are teaching Indonesian. Iko lagi engajar. Ngajar bahasa Indonesia. Remember the NG seems to make a nga sound pretty much every time. I wouldn't expect it any other way. But we're already on to pemada, to speak. Pemada. And now to translate.
Engajar. Engajar.
Oh, here we go. Now we're going back. Sorry. I guess maybe she caught it. She was like, oh, yep, we missed that one. Here we go again.
Ada. Engajar. Engajar.
Engajar. Engajar. You are teaching Indonesian.
Iko lagi ngajar bahasa Indonesia.
Iko lagi ngajar bahasa Indonesia.
Iko lagi ngajar bahasa Indonesia.
Very nice. All right, now let's go on to speak.
Long menerjemahkan. Long menerjemahkan.
Long menarjemahkan. Long menarjemahkan. That's a long one. To translate. Wow. Translator.
Penerjemah.
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 Penerjemah. A translator. Penerjemah. To hear.
Salam, salam, salam.
Oh dear, I think I reset the thing. Let's see if we can get back.
Belajar bahasa Indonesia. Pema dengar. Engge dengar. Jek dengar. Engge dengar.
Engge dengar. Engge dengar. Oh man, that's hard. To hear is hard. Engge dengar. Dengar. Sorry. I'm happy.
Jeka tena tena.
Jaka tena tena. I'm happy.
Jeka tena tena.
Jaka tena tena. I'm angry.
Jake baut.
Jake baut.
Jake baut.
Jake baut. All right, I'm sad.
Jake sedih. Jake sedih.
Jake sedih. Jake sedih. All right, I'm sick.
Jake gelingan. Jake gelingan.
Jake gelingan. Jake gelingan. All right, I'm hungry.
Jake lau. Jake lau.
Jake lau. Jake lau. I'm hungry. To hit.
Amopo. Amopo.
Amopok. Emopok. To hit. Don't hit.
Na mopo. Na mopo.
Na mopok. Na mopok. Notice the imperative of that has given us the na. Na means don't. In this case, don't, and then you see the particle of the verb, mopok. When you go back to no, you have ma, manda, right? So interesting how we've kind of got this na, almost like that, manda. Na is the sound that is the imperative part of that negation. Na belakai. I wonder if I could say, don't laugh. Na tawa. I'm just guessing. Na tawa. Na natawa. Don't laugh. Okay, I don't know. To die.
Bekelai. Bekelai. Na belekai.
Na belekai.
Belekai.
Bekelai na belekai.
Mate. Mate.
To die is mate, of course. To kill,
Emuno. Emuno.
emuno. To kill, emuno. To give birth,
Ngana. Ngana.
nganak. Nganak. To eat,
Kuman. Kuman. Mensep.
kuman. To eat, kuman. To drink, mensep.
Mensep.
Mensep. All right, how about noodles?
Mi. Mi.
Me. What about rice?
Beras. Beras.
Beras. Beras. Sounds a lot like rice. I don't know why that word just sounds like correct for that. I want some rice.
Jake mat bobo.
Jake mat bobo. Jake mat bobo. I don't want
Jake
rice.
mat bobo. Jake manda mat bobo.
Jake manda mat bobo. Jake manda mat bobo. Fruit.
Jake manda mat bobo. Buah. Buah.
Buah. Fruit. Vegetables.
Sayur. Sayur.
Sayur. Sayur. Animal.
Kenuat. Kenuat.
Kenuat. So now we talked about food and drink and, don't eat my food, don't throw my food, eat and, and now we're moving on to some animals. So let's take a look at a few of those. All right. And the word for animal is
Manu.
kenuat. But now chicken, excuse me. Let's rewind the tape just a bit. Chicken is manuk.
Bobo. Buah. Buah.
Okay,
Sayur.
that's fruit.
Sayur. Kenuat. Kenuat.
That's animal. Kenuat. Chicken.
Manu. Manu.
Manuk. Manuk. Now listen, it's not a hard K, like aspirated K, just a stop K. Manuk. All right, bebek. Duck.
Bebek. Bebek.
Bebek. Bek, 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 bek. Bebek. Animals sometimes sound like the word that they are. Ikan. Fish.
Ikan. Ikan.
Ikan. Here we are finally at ikan. Okay. Beef.
Daging sapi. Daging sapi.
Daging sapi. Daging sapi. Beef. Now that's different than cow, mind you. Pork.
Baboy. Baboy. Kacang.
Baboy. Pork. Don't eat pork in Indonesia. Probably not. Probably not. All right, beans.
polong, kacang polong,
Kacang polong. Kacang polong. Coffee.
kupi, kupi,
Kupi. Yes. Jake mat kopi. Jake mat kopi. Definitely could use some more of that. Let's take a little coffee break together, shall we? If you got some, have some. Very nice. Okay, tea. Te.
teh, teh,
Te. So is it, you want some kopi or do you want some te? I'll take some kopi. That's what I like. Okay, let's keep going. Food.
engkan, minyak, minyak,
Angkan. And then we got the word for oil as well. Minyak. Sugar.
gula,
Gula. Sugar. What about the word for spicy? Pala.
pala,
Is it spicy? Good question.
yo palaka,
Yo, palaka. Salt.
sera,
Sera. Salt. Interesting how the word here in Indonesian is more influenced from the Hindi sort of language set. Garam masala, salty spice, right? Here we got sera. Interesting. What do you recommend? Maybe you're ordering on the menu. What do you recommend?
menu inon anopia,
Menu inon anopia. Menu inon anopia. Phone. Telepon. Okay, what's your phone number?
kuda nomor teleponmu,
Kuda nomor telepon nu.
kuda nomor teleponmu,
Kuda nomor telepon nu. What's your phone number? Car or auto.
oto,
Auto. Bus.
pasar,
Oh, we skipped bus, but it's bis. Like Indonesian. Market. Pasar.
restoran,
Pasar. You'll have to forgive me when you're going through a long list. It's easy to skip some. Restaurant.
hotel, nomor
Let's go back
teleponmu,
just a little bit.
oto, pasar, restoran,
Restaurant. So, do you want some restaurants? Yes, I do. Hotel. Where is the hotel?
hotel, Sima
Hotel D. Now, the word where I see at my word list is not quite correct, but let's listen in.
Sima Hotel di Inon.
We missed it. Sorry, guys. It's probably in this sentence at the least. And maybe if we get to where's the hospital, we can parse it out together, shall we? Let's go to what is inon.
Inon, Kudani.
Kudadi, win. Kudani, win. Who?
Nyema.
Nyema, who? Who are you talking about? How?
Kunaka.
Kunaka. How? How are you doing it? How are you going to do that? Because.
Karena.
Karena. Me. Jake. Remember that's come up a few times now in some of our sentences. I don't want rice. Jake. The word for me can also double as I. I play soccer. I like rice. So on and so forth. You.
Iko.
He or her. Idi. Notice they did not specify, so that gives us pretty good indication. Idi could be used for either. Until we know otherwise, let's just play it safe, but idi. We or us.
Kami.
You all.
Ninka Junaidi.
Ninka Junadi. Ninka Junadi. You all. All right. Them.
Deka.
Okay. Mine. Empo ku.
Empoku. Empoku.
Okay. Yours.
Emponu. Emponu.
Empo nu. Empo nu. His or hers?
Empodi. Empodi.
Empo di. All of yours.
Junaidi Emponu.
Junaidi empo nu. Junaidi empo nu.
Junaidi Emponu. Empo deka.
There's empo deka. Empo deka. I like this language so far. I feel like there's a lot more to learn here. Before we get into some more, I think it's good to take a break. We've been learning now for 45 minutes straight. So we're going to have this video in 2 parts. And look out for part 2. And maybe I'll piece them together, but maybe it'll be 2 videos. At any rate, if you're watching this in a college section, perhaps, or a classroom, you get a break at about an hour. So we'll see you next hour. Until then, kopi, get some. Take care.